Hey everyone, I have decided to continue my Robert Monroe Gateway experience today. Now, the time for documentation purposes is 12:03. Let me just make sure that's, okay, 12:03 p.m. And the day is July 23rd on a Thursday, 2026. Currently in the living room of the house I live at right now. I'm going to be doing the meditation laying down on the floor right there. Yeah, I'm going to see what happens. Now, I did do the second tape of the, what do you call that? It was the first one, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. The first tape, the introduction tape series. I did the second tape of that. Well, let's just say I fell asleep in the middle of it because I did it later in the day. Since I didn't give the second tape a fair shake, and the scientific method requires you give each component a fair shake to get fully verifiable results, I'm going to go through the second tape again and see what happens. If I'm feeling up for it, I'll try the third tape immediately right after, documenting my experience with the second tape. But if I'm not feeling it because I need to do a few things, then I'll put an end to that for now. Anyways, I'm going to start the experience and I'll let you know how I feel afterwards. Let's get going. Hey, we're back. Time's currently 12:47 p.m. I just finished tape 2 of the Discovery series for the Monroe Gateway tapes. And the result? Well, this time I'd say I gave it a mostly fair shake. And the reason why is because near the middle of the exercise, the whole point of the Gateway tapes is to be deeply and fully relaxed, so you enter a pure state of meditation. But I really needed to pee. So that was kind of distracting me from getting fully into it. And it was right around the part where you're supposed to have your relaxation of your mouth and your jaw, your forehead, your top of your scalp, your cheeks, your eyes, your eye muscles, all relaxed, those nerves relaxed. And then that relaxation just sink deep into your brain and then spread throughout the rest of your body, or I guess your nervous system. But around the part where I was getting up to the legs, I really needed to go. I tried to see if I could relax that part, but my body was like, no, use the restroom now. So I was like, oh, okay, better use it. And I think that kind of threw off the whole experience. I think if that wasn't a factor, I definitely would have been in a much deeper state of meditation than I ended up being. Because that little interruption that I think that was supposed to be uninterrupted caused the experience to not be as fully impactful as I think it would have been. So that's kind of a shame. But in terms of the overall experience for tape 2, I thought it was good. It kind of reminded me of if anyone out there's ever tried, what's that thing that Andrew Huberman coined, or not coined, but kind of made popular with this podcast series, Yoga Nidra. It was kind of like Yoga Nidra, basically, where you're paying attention to each specific part of your body and you're essentially telling each part of your body to rest and relax. It's pretty much the exact same as Yoga Nidra. I guess the major difference, though, is that normally with Yoga Nidra, you're paying attention to each individual part of your body, from each individual finger to each individual toe. Whereas this one, the only individual part you were paying attention to was your was your face, like the cheeks, the jaw, the nose, the forehead, the eyes, the eye muscles, the scalp, and then the brain. And then after that, you were just broadly, generally thinking of, okay, leg, 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 thighs, your lower back, your upper back. So it was still specific, but not as specific as other Yoga Nidra techniques that I've tried. In terms of the experience as a continuation to the first tape of Discovery, very similar. Basically, you close your eyes, you create your energy conversion box, you put all your anxieties, worries, and concerns in the box, you close the heavy lid. Although he didn't say close the heavy lid in this one. He kind of just said put your worries, anxieties, and concerns in it. And I guess he just assumed you were closing the lid on your own, because he immediately just jumped straight into resonant tuning, which is basically where you hum to those, spiritual in the video, and then you finish that, and then you go to the 3 state where you're supposed to have your mind and your brain in synchronicity. Not exactly sure what that means. I guess your spiritual mind and your physical brain, I suppose. So I did that, and I imagined 3 individuals slowly coming together for a meeting. The right side of my brain, logic. The left side of my brain, creativity. Pretty sure that's how it works, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. I'll just Google it after this, but I think that's how it is. And then the spirit, or the brain, I guess. And them all coming together, and then holding hands, doing Ring Around the Rosies as the final synchronicity for number 3, Focus 3. And then after that, Focus 10 was essentially, he counted from 4 to 10 after you've relaxed your mind and your entire face, and brought that relaxation to each individual part of your body. And then after that, it was pretty much just be in a deep state of relaxation. How did I feel throughout that whole experience? For lack of a better term, relaxed. It was nice to be in that state of just total serenity. Although I will say, there was a part of my mind that was nagging, saying, hey, you didn't get the true experience because you got up in the middle of it to use the restroom. And to that, I think that that's pretty fair, because I feel like if I never needed to use the restroom throughout the whole experience, I probably would have had a more profound state of relaxation. Does this mean I'm going to do tape 2 again and try not to drink any fluids beforehand, before doing the exercise? Or if I do, make sure I release everything before doing it? I mean, I kind of get the gist of number 2. I wish I could have fully experienced it without needing to do that restroom break in the middle. That kind of fractured the experience a bit. But I do understand what it's going for, and I feel like it's prepped my mind for tape number 3 for the Discovery series. I think I'm ready for number 3. So I'm going to do that. I'm really interested to see what's next. And overall, just a deep state of relaxation, serenity, but no waking dreams, no images in my mind. Although there was an interesting thing he said, where if you want to remember a specific part of your lived experience, gently put your right fingers on your forehead. I guess I remember me at the beach being pulled in by the waves and then being dragged to shore like a starfish or something. So that's something. And I think to make yourself fully physically and mentally alert, put your fingers behind the back of your neck right here, I think. So I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to cover too. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about tape 2. I'm really interested to see where tape 3 leads me. Overall, I'm compelled, but I'm hoping something really interesting happens, and I hope that my whole experience isn't broken in half due to my body needing to relieve itself. All right, well, that's going to do it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.